Hi guys, this is going to be my 27-week update, and I have a cat in my lap, so I apologize if I'm somewhat distracted, but I will try to keep this straight and to the point. We're going to talk about the baby and the symptoms that I went through this week, and then I'll talk a little bit about the glucose test, and I had some questions in my inbox from Shelby. They are actually really good questions, and she gave some really great advice. So thank you, Shelby. I totally appreciate the breastfeeding tips that you sent me. That was fantastic. Especially for me being a first-time mom, and it's been like 25, almost 26 years since my mom's had to do it. So we're all a little rusty on what we need to know. So like I said, I'll talk about the glucose test a little bit, how that works, and then I'll answer a couple questions, and then do my measurements at the end, and that'll be it. So the baby this week is 15 inches head to toe. So they're actually measuring full body now, starting this week, and 15 inches is big. I mean, that's like you can hold 15 inches. Little over 2 pounds. And the other kind of cool thing is your uterus, like 2 weeks ago, so at like 25 weeks, was the size of a soccer ball. Now it's the size of a basketball, which just blows my mind how much your body can just change within a few weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much the baby. Not that exciting. Not much has really changed. She's just getting a little fatter and a little longer, and she's pretty much fully developed. Next week, I'll officially be in the 3rd trimester, so looking forward to that. Symptoms, the fatigue has come back in full force. I just feel like I can't get enough sleep, and I will sleep 9+ hours. I think it's just because I'm not sleeping very well, like I was a few weeks ago. So it makes a huge difference, just between getting up and going to the bathroom and trying to get comfortable and all that jazz. So yeah, the fatigue is definitely back. The gas is actually gone. Acid reflux is still around, but I haven't been as gassy recently, which is interesting. I don't know why. It just kind of stopped. But I had been peeing a lot, and not a lot, but like I go to the bathroom all the time, and it's like 3 drops of pee. So today I went to the doctor, and they always take a urine sample right when you get there. And I went into the bathroom, and I literally peed like maybe 10 drops of urine, and I put it in the little basket, and then I walked around, and I was like, I am so sorry. I cannot pee any more than that. Like, she just sits on my bladder, and I'm constantly going all day, but I never pee a lot. It wasn't a big deal. My ankles are swelling mildly. It's not a huge deal, but at work they do swell. My doctor said to start wearing my compression socks during work, and that should help with that. We'll see. I'll try it out this week. My boobs are getting huge, and so that about 4 or 5 years ago, they were a D cup, and then I lost a bunch of weight, and I lost a cup size, so I was down to a C cup, and now I'm actually bigger than I was pre all my weight loss, so I have to go and buy new bras. Oh well, I'll just go buy cheap ones. Oh, and kind of maybe TMI, but they are starting to leak a little bit, like teeny tiny bit, but they are starting to leak, but I guess that's a good thing. It's not like milky, but they're definitely leaking. Let's see. Oh, the baby is constantly moving. Well, when she's awake, she's moving all the time. When she's sleeping, which I know when she's sleeping, she curls up in a little ball. Most adorable thing ever, but when she's awake, she's just constantly moving, and it's sometimes really distracting, especially at work, because it just feels like someone pinching my stomach all the time or flicking my stomach all the time, and yeah, anyway, but it's really cute when she sleeps. She'll curl up on one side of my stomach, and then she'll she'll curl up for a couple hours at a time and then not do anything. I think the doctor's appointment today, she was completely asleep and they couldn't get her to wake up. So speaking of my doctor's appointment, it went really well. I did my urine, everything came out fine. Kiki, she's bad. They took my blood pressure. My blood pressure is fantastic. And according to them, I'm only up 14 pounds since I've been going to the doctor. And my first time I went to the doctor, I was 7 weeks. So that's about what I've been measuring at. I think yesterday, I weighed myself at 15 pounds heavier than I was pre-pregnancy. So we're about on the same track. The glucose test. So let me talk about this a little bit. First of all, get the orange drink if you can. It tasted like those ice pops if you let it melt. Like really sugary juice is what it tasted like. And my best advice is to drink it as fast as possible because it kind of makes you gag. But so what you're going to do is you're going to drink that 1 hour before you have to have your blood drawn. So, for example, my appointment was at 1:20, so I started drinking it at 12:20 and finished it at 12:25. So I got to the doctor at about 1:15. They got me all checked in, and by the time they did all my blood work or blood pressure and everything, they were ready. They could start drawing my blood because it had been a full hour after I'd finished. And it's after you finish the drink, not once you start. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so speaking of the blood draw, I always feel like a pincushion because they can only find the vein on the side of my arm. And I always tell them that up front, like, you're not going to find the middle vein. And they never believe me. So they poke me a couple of times, and then finally they go to the side and they can find the vein that I pointed out initially. Crazy. But yeah, I kind of feel like a pincushion. And they have to use the butterfly needle because then the side of the arm, it just hurts too much to even do the straight needle. So yeah, so then they'll do a regular checkup. They check blood pressure. They measure my stomach. They did say I am measuring at 28 weeks, even though I'm technically 27 weeks. So not really sure what to think about that. Like I said, my weight was fine. Blood pressure was great. Yeah, so it was a good, quick. Took 15 minutes to get through the whole doctor's appointment. I love my doctor. They just get me in and out. Don't make me sit around and wait. Let me ask questions and then let me be on my way. As long as everything's fine, I'm pretty happy. So, yeah. So okay. So I'll go on to the couple of questions that Shelby had asked because they're actually really good questions. And I don't know if I've covered these before in my videos, but she asked, how do you feel about breastfeeding? And I am 100% for breastfeeding, and I plan to do it as long as possible. I am going to go back to work, so I will have to switch to pumping, which was her next question, how do you feel about pumping? So I would prefer to just feed straight from my breast all the time because it's just easier, but since I'm going back to work, I will have to pump. Not a big deal. I'm trying to do with what I have. So yeah, breastfeeding is really important to me. I am going to try to avoid formula at all costs. Number one, it's free baby food. Like, why would you not breastfeed? And number two, it's, especially the first couple of weeks are the most important times to be breastfeeding because of all the antibodies that you can give to your baby. So yeah, I'm very for breastfeeding and very for pumping. If you have to go back to work, if I could be a stay-at-home mom, I would just breastfeed all day, and who cares, right? I no need to pump. But since I am going back to work, I'll have to work around that. But yeah. So I feel like I kind of rambled. Sorry about that. I'm having my baby shower in, let me see here, about 2 weeks from Friday, so almost 3 weeks. If anybody has any fun game ideas or anything like that, like send me a message or like comment below, because I'm kind of lost when it comes to planning parties. Like I just my mom's really good at it. I'm not. I am not a party planner. Yeah. So if you have any ideas, I've been trying to Google some. I've got some stuff brewing back here, but yeah, anybody who's been through it will have better advice than I have. So, all right, let me do my measurements, and then I will get off of here and see you guys for week 28. Wow. All right. Side. And looks like 34 3/4. If you can see that. And I just ate dinner, so I'm probably a little bit more. See, every time I eat, my belly button pops out. I'm like a turkey, ready to pop. Yeah, before I eat, it doesn't pop out, but after I eat, it pops out. It's insane. So anyway, I will see you guys for week 28.